Welcome and thanks for joining 2K Sports for a Friday night full of NBA action. This is Brian Anderson with Clark Kellogg and Grant Hill. Allie LaForce with us on the sidelines. And now let's take a look at the starting lineup for the Charlotte Hornets. Ball is out there with Smith. Then there's Josh Green. Then it's Miles Bridges. And it's Williams in at the 5. And for the Raptors, Barrett is the 3 and Barnes will play the 4. Emmanuel Quickly is out there with Walter, and it's Pirtle in at the center position. Grant, one thing these teams have in common, they are great at rebounding the basketball.
Oh, yes, they are. I mean, it'll be a battle down low. Boxing out is vital, and second chance points may just decide this game.
And here's Ball. Count that one.
You know, because Ball is so skilled, defenders try to get physical with him, rough him up a bit, but it doesn't faze him. That rarely works against Ball.
Here's Walter. Here's Pirtle. And he banks in the layup.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Now here's Ball. A proven scorer in this league, averaging just over 25 a game. Pass to Green. Over Barrett. And it's Green missing. Here's Toronto with the ball. It's Barrett on the wing. Sends it home from three-point land.
You gotta like the quick decision-making from Barrett. Not even hesitating at all off the catch.
The recent years have been a bit of a struggle for the Hornets, Clark.
No doubt about it, B.A. I mean, they've dealt with injuries that have really been problematic and roster changes as well. I mean, very much a team in transition, trying to figure out who they are and what they can be. And it's hard to get things clicking when you're having changes in your roster compounded by injuries as well.
And 3 for 4 to start, showing some rhythm.
Here's Ball. Here's Williams. And Williams punches it home.
And their offensive rebounding is such a strength for them when he's on the floor.
Yeah, he really helps them extend possessions, doesn't he?
And, you know, those second-chance opportunities can be game-changers. He represents so much value to this team because of what he does.
Oh, man, exploding to the rim.
Yep, makes the simple play.
Yeah, he still made it look good, though.
Ball outside. Here's Smith. Pirtle grabs a miss. The Raptors have gone 4 of 5 so far, looking sharp. Fader on the way. He can't hit that time.
Great contest of the shot. Kind of forced him to fade back more than he'd like.
Green, the pass to Ball. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2. And given LaMelo Ball is 6'7", how does this give him an advantage in his position, Grant?
Well, B.A., he's able to score on smaller guards, as well as see over them and find his teammates. His height and quick decision-making are real weapons.
It's hard to question the energy LaMelo Ball brings to the court every night, Clark.
It certainly is, and it's contagious, B.A. That's what I like about it. He elevates other guys. As a teammate playing with LaMelo, he elevates your energy level because you've got to match his. He gives the team, I think, a nice edge in being able to perform on a consistent basis.
And that's out of bounds. Toronto will retain possession. And with this break, we can see the teams that are wasting no time turning defense into offense. The Raptors third.
These guys have been showing great anticipation defensively, and then they've been converting mistakes into points at the other end.
To the paint. Barrett finds Quickly. Shoots over Ball. And it's Quickly with a miss. For Charlotte, they've gone just 3 for 7 here at the start. Here's Smith. And Williams punches it home. It's a tie ball game. And here's Quickly. He'll bring it up for the Raptors. To the middle. Here's Walter. And the rebound goes to Charlotte. Williams has got his 4th rebound in this one. Oh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now. That one on Barnes.
Already in his career, we've seen the numerous ways in which Ball can score. He's got a lot in his package.
He's made one and missed one so far at the line. That one misses.
You can just see the promise Ball has. It's oozing out of him. Already a triple-double threat, and he rebounds it so well at his position. Man, the future's really bright for this young man.
And he can't hit the second.
Unusual for him. He'd been in a groove from the line.
Hornets foul. Simpson. That's his first personal foul. First team foul. Substitution on
And
the
first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Here's Shed, and right now he's currently putting up 6.5 points per game. And Clark, the playoffs just around the corner. How many teams do you think have a legit shot to win it all?
Well, when you talk about championship teams, I think there's 5 or 6 teams that have the ingredients to win 16 games. There is a component of luck and health that goes into that. You got to be top flight to go the distance.
Toronto making a switch here. Abaji's checked in. And good on the second, so he makes them both. Here's Curry, averaging around 6 a game. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Here's Nurkic. Pass to Simpson from downtown. The offensive rebound. Tries again. Nurkic shot is good.
Well, I don't think there's any question about it. They came focused and ready to play. I mean, they're doing everything they can to put things in their favor. You earn that, and they're actually earning it well right now.
Here's Abaji in his last outing with 12 points. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
Pounding it inside early and often, setting a physical tone.
Charlotte trailing. Here's Curry. Pass to Simpson. Here's Salone. Just 5 on the clock. Charlotte needs to get one up in a hurry. Connects from downtown.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Here's Shed. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
Good execution. They're getting some short-range looks here.
Now a timeout called by Charlotte. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing their last matchup with Orlando.
You know, in that game, it was just too much disparity in effort level between the two teams, especially on the glass.
You know, I think that was the big difference in the game. One team was pounding the glass relentlessly, while the other team, not so much.
And how about we check the numbers for LaMelo Ball? There's 1:17 left to play in the first quarter. Outside Curry. To the right side. Here's Salone. Fires for 3. And the Hornets, another 3.
Their defense has to do a better job of smothering those shooters.
Here's Shed. On the take. 2 shots, 2 makes. Off to a good start.
I know it's early, but you have to wonder if these offenses can keep this up.
High-octane action for sure. Crowd-pleasing already.
Now here's Williams. He has 6. The layup off target.
Everything right except the finish. Have to keep focused all the way through the play.
Here's Lawson. Misses the 3. Charlotte's gone 2 for 3 from outside the arc. About 3 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. Good on the shot.
Trading the lead back and forth, neither side is willing to back down.
Yeah, and the lead has changed hands, and it just hasn't stayed in those hands very long when it's changed. Back and forth we go.
Here's Abaji. His nightly numbers respectable, putting up 10 points a game. Mobo can't hit. Both teams have it going here early and still close through the first quarter. Charlotte on top, leading by just 2, and will return shortly.
19.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter. We'll see what happens here in the second. And from what we've seen from the Hornets, what's your take so far?
Well, a big differentiator was their ability to generate offense by pounding the glass.
Oh, there's no doubt about it, guys. Without those second chance points, this game would have had a much different feel to it.
On the court for Charlotte, we've got Josh Green. Also, Miles Bridges out there. And it's Jeffries in at the 2. Oh, love to see Ball attack inside.
This is what height in the backcourt gives you. Ball can get almost anything he wants in there because of that size.
Clark, you look at the scoring ability of Miles Bridges. Most nights, he feels like he has an advantage.
And I would agree with that. When you think about defenders trying to slow down Miles Bridges, most guys are either too slow or not strong enough to deal with it. As a result, he's able to make it tough for just about anybody who guards him.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Guys, Scotty Barnes said, my game starts on the defensive end, guarding anybody and taking pride in it. That leads to great offense in transition and just leads me to stay on lockdown throughout the game. Brian?
And Allie, for all his offensive gifts, that focus on defense is what makes him special. Here's Diabate. Oh, rejected by Boucher. On the break. Ball with the rebound. The Hornets with a lead. Jeffries, the pass to Ball. Charlotte, no good that time either.
And they've been able to maintain this lead despite his inconsistency from the field.
Seems to have a knack for hitting guys in their spots. His vision excellent.
Charlotte calls timeout. And Clark, we hear coaches often say, trust your teammates. Why is that sometimes a challenge?
Well, you know, when you talk about passing the basketball, there's got to be a level of trust and confidence that where you pass it to is going to produce some fruit, and that it might come back to you if that's the best play. And then defensively, you can't be good defensively without communicating and trusting one another to cover for each other in the defensive scheme that you're playing.
And the Hornets making a change here. Nurkic just checked in. The Raptors have gotten 2 of 5 shots to fall this second quarter. And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. Here's Quickly. And the rebound goes to Charlotte. Here's Diabate. He's scoreless. Ball no good.
And he's having an ugly quarter from the field. It seems really frustrating.
Oh, and a vicious dunk by Barnes.
Oh, a nice slam by the swingman Barnes. His athleticism is his greatest strength.
Out of bounds, the Raptors will take it.
First, an opponent field goal shooting. And this is a squad that you must get physical with and box out. When you don't, they burn you on the offensive glass, ranking number 2 in the league in second chance points.
And they are number 1 in rebounding for a reason. They pound the glass with aggression, and they attack the boards with a fearlessness. For the finish, rips down the breakaway slam.
We tend to focus on what LaMelo Ball gives you offensively, but he's disruptive defensively too.
And so Quickly will bring it up for Toronto. Trailing by 2. After this game, they can look forward to Philadelphia, where they'll match up against the 76ers. It'll be the front end of a 2-game road trip.
That's been the story of their offense so far, getting a number of looks from point-blank range.
Ball finds Green. That shot, no good. Some solid defense from Barrett. Barnes passes to Barrett. Here's Walter. As far as his production, he's averaging about 8 points per game. Shoots a fadeaway. Ooh, a little luck that time as it drops. Barnes has got 6 points in the quarter. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Here's Jeffries. Takes it inside. Walter pulls it in. The Raptors have gotten over 50% of their shots to go. 5 for 9 in the second.
Charlotte foul. Yusuf Nurkic. That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
And let's take a moment to get your take, guys, on the scoring so far for the Raptors.
Getting downhill has really been impressive to me, not settling from the outside. They're going right to the rack.
You know, another thing that has impressed me has been their numbers of points in the paint, just dominating down there. They're just getting whatever shot they want in close.
Bridges, he's checked in for Charlotte. And the second free throw is good. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Pass to Jeffries. Back to Ball. Now Nurkic. Lets it fly. And he's now 3 for 8 after that one.
Well, you got to love how quick Ball's shot is. Doesn't take a lot of time to get himself squared up.
The Raptors with the lead. Here's Shed. Nurkic with some nice D.
Well, you know, stopping him is never easy to do, but the defense was strong there.
Ball. Rebound Toronto. They want to keep rolling here following the win against Brooklyn.
Oh, man, they were in total control, really doing anything they wanted. It was that level of dominance.
And, you know, everything seemed to just kind of flow naturally for them. Felt like they were in a groove from the opening tip.
And once he gets to the rim, it's fairly automatic.
Nothing fancy right there. Just takes his 2 points, moves on.
Hey, guys, I know I'm stating the obvious here, but those could be an important 2 points considering how close this game is.
And here are the Hornets now after the basket by Toronto. Clock at 6. Let's go with a 3. Oh, Ball dropping it in for 3.
Well, I like the fact that this is something Ball continues to work on, that deep shot of his. He knows he's got to be a threat from deep to expand his game.
Pass to Pirtle. From 7 feet. Yep, that one goes. Pirtle's got his second basket of the game.
They're not messing around. 5 of their last 6 buckets have come from the interior.
Out of bounds as Charlotte keeps possession. Lawson, he's checked in for Toronto. So Charlotte going with almost an entire new group here. And it's the Hornets with the ball. Trailing by 2.
Yeah, great idea there. He set Smith up and let him knock him down.
Here's Shed. He has 6. There's 25 seconds left in the second period. Over to the wing. Here's Mobo. There's the 3. It's hauled in by Simpson. Williams passes to Smith. They get it again. It's all tied in Toronto. And we'll be right back after halftime for the start of the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
The Hornets, 32.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Program. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. The first quarter for the Raptors was fairly even. In the first period, their biggest lead was a slim 3 points. And so far, they're out in front, but not by much as we head into the half. And let's get your thoughts, big fella, on the Raptors.
Well, their poor rebounding is really hurting. It hasn't killed them on the scoreboard yet, but they need to pick it up. This is a game they can win. If they come out hustling in the second half, they can win.
And over to Kenny, your thoughts on the Hornets first half.
You have to recognize their benchmark. Sometimes we overlook the second team. But tonight, they've been the key. The coaching staff has got to be loving this. Getting that extra boost is huge.
And that's going to do it for us here. The second half of action is coming your way.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, this second half could turn out to be a great one, as both teams trying to gain an edge. LaMelo Ball with a strong contribution so far in this one.
They've leaned on him to provide a lot of offense, and that's how he likes it.
And you know what? They've come at him a few different ways defensively, and nothing has slowed him down.
Second half of basketball is upon us, and we may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game we've seen so far. Barnes and Pirtle down low at the 4 and 5. Walter out there with Emmanuel quickly, and it's Barrett in at the small forward position. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto. Now here's Bridges. Yet to see a basket. That puts him in the lead.
Excellent dribble move by Bridges. He keeps polishing that part of his game every year.
Pass to Walter. Outside Barnes. Quickly with the ball. Just 5 to shoot. That one's good for 2.
And guys, the way this defense is getting manhandled down low, you have to wonder if they're at 100% right now.
And during the first few seasons of Emmanuel Quickley's career, he was seen primarily as a scorer, Graham.
Yes, but recently has blossomed into a more versatile threat. The leap we've seen in his passing has been especially impressive. He's a player to watch out for moving forward.
Here's Barnes, and he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up.
I like watching Barnes challenge defenses like this, earning these calls in the process.
And he drops a first. Both free throws good from Barnes.
Yeah, this guy is so key for this team. Barnes with so many valuable minutes night in and night out.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. Well, a lot of change for this Hornets organization. New ownership, a new front office, a new head coach, some exciting new talent. They're renovating the arena and building a new practice facility. Other than that, not much has changed. BA?
Business as usual, Allie. Thanks. And the free throw, no good.
You know, we all know about the flair and sizzle to LaMelo Ball's game. The highlight reel plays, all of that is great. But I also like the fact that he's got great length at the point guard position, which presents a lot of problems at both ends.
Here's Ball. The Raptors making their last shot. Bridges, left side. Outside, Green. Pass to Smith. Down low. Here's Ball. Back to Smith. And a miss there on the triple. And we've got a whistle. He was fouling with a purpose. And in that spot, in that situation, it's got to be a transition take foul. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
Yeah, guys, I mean, he's been a very steady hand for them when it comes to his free throw shooting.
Toronto making a switch here. Robinson's checked in, and the Hornets making a change here. Toronto leading by 3. Ball with a steal. Inside. Here's Smith. Pass to Salah. It's rebounded by Barrett. And Barrett has got the ball here for the Toronto Raptors. Now here's Quickly. Pounded by Ball. Quickly passes to Barnes. The jump hook. Williams grabs the board. Williams has got 6 rebounds now in the game. Here's Salon. Off the left rim and out. The Raptors have gotten 2 of 4 shots to go since the break. Here's Walter, covered by Smith. Pass to Walter.
And that puts them just 1 foul from the bonus.
Yep, they'll be trying to draw that next foul quickly so they can start getting those easy chances at the stripe.
Barnes feeling it out a bit. Charity stripe shot, and he knocks the jumper down. Barnes has got 12.
At the offensive end, he's been assertive and efficient, guys. A big reason why they hold this lead right now.
Ball finds Smith. Back to Ball. From deep. It's hauled in by Robinson. Toronto leading by 5. To the inside. Oh, and a vicious dunk by Barnes.
And this is why Barnes was the number 4 overall pick in the 2021 draft. His ceiling is high.
Timeout called. The Hornets. Scotty Barnes with a strong contribution so far in this one.
You know, that defense is helpless right now. I mean, he's got their number, and he knows it.
Changes for Charlotte. Yusuf Nurkic comes in for Bridges, and it's Curry in for Smith. Hornets trail by 7. Curry passes to Ball. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Over to the left wing. Pass to Curry. Out to the wing. Shot clock at 5. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Curry's got his first points of the night.
Boy, Curry knows that kind of physical finish can give his team a spark.
Toronto leading by 5. Here's Shed. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line.
Man, the defender really went after him.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
2 shots.
The first free throw is good.
And, man, looking good from the line so far this half.
100% since halftime. Come on now. I'm not sure this lead's going away anytime soon with that kind of marksmanship.
Hornets trail by 7. Uses the glass on the layup. Curry's got 4 points now in the quarter.
When it's this close, every bucket matters. You need good looks.
And play stops. A whistle there on what looks like an illegal screen.
Well, the league has put an emphasis to crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, you know, he might have gotten away with that a few years ago, but not anymore. No way. Now you've got to be stationary on those screens. No extra hips or elbows, or they'll call it.
Boucher's checked in for Robinson. It's tipped. And now the Raptors on the break from 12 feet. And again, Toronto, no good.
The battle of the boards has been something to watch.
Yeah, tit for tat on the glass. Just one more aspect of what's been a very closely contested ball game here.
Here's Salone. 6 points for him. Williams from long range is rebounded by Barrett. Outside Barnes. The Hornets pull it in. And following this game, they hit the road to challenge the Pelicans at Smoothie King Center in New Orleans. That'll wrap up this short 2-game road trip. Barrett against Ball. And Nurkic with the bucket on the assist by Ball. Nurkic has got 6.
One of the more dynamic passers in this league. Ball with a nice setup.
Outside Barrett. Nurkic with the block. Over Barnes. Pass to Ball. Outside, Williams. Here's Salone. Back to Williams. Shot clock at 6. Here's Curry. On the break. 3-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Hornets trail by 3. Here's Ball. Here's Nurkic. Collects the 2 points near the hoop. Nurkic has got 4 points this quarter.
And on the glass, Nurkic makes it look easy, using his reach to snatch the ball and get a shot of his own.
Outside Barrett. Over Nurkic.
And he gets it!
Wow! Makes his selection just in time. Well done.
What was really impressive there, though, guys, was that he could have rushed it and panicked, and yet he kept his cool and splashed it.
That takes us to the end of the third quarter. What a game. Neither team giving ground. Raptors out in front, up 3. And we're coming right back after this break to get the fourth quarter started. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
All right, fans.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. Fourth quarter on the court for the Hornets. Miles Bridges is out there with Yusuf Nurkic. Then it's Smith. Then there's Josh Green. And it's Simpson in at the point.
Yeah, you know, he usually makes you pay from that range.
The three from Quickly. Pure from three-point range. And the Raptors lead by 6.
He's somebody that's really comfortable carrying the offensive load.
Timeout call, the Hornets.
And something fans don't always get to see, some of the closely guarded secrets that happen in that huddle.
Yeah, typically there's some type of adjustment made out of a timeout. It might be major or it could be just a slight tweak.
Big group substitution here for Charlotte. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Over that last break, I got a chance to hear what Charles Lee said to the team. He likes the way they're finishing inside. Coach said when we get close, we are golden. They can't stop us in there. Let's keep pounding it as long as we can.
All right, appreciate it, Allie.
And he just driving the stake in him there.
He's a guy who just never lets up.
And that's terribly demoralizing for a defense, guys. I mean, they know he's going to keep coming and coming and coming, and that they may not have an answer for it.
Back to Curry. Uneasy, too, on the layup.
Hey, they're just getting pushed around inside.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
He gets it in there. Quickly's got 10 points in just the second half.
This is a fantastic performance in this half. He didn't play as well in the first, but you just know with this guy, he's always ready to turn it around.
Now here's Smith. Ball passes to Smith. Williams on the wing. Back to Ball. Over Quickly. Pulled the shot a little left. The bounce goes his way, though.
Hey, the mid-range can be touch and go for Ball, but he takes a nice, smooth shot that time.
Pass to Mobo. Barrett against Ball. Here's Walter. Here he goes. Kicks it to Quickly. Barrett with it. The Raptors need to get off a shot. Fast break. Here come the Hornets. Here's Curry. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. It's going to go on Emmanuel quickly.
It's hard to know what Seth's going to do when he pulls up this close. He's excellent at making the defense uncomfortable.
2 shots.
The first one falls. And so Curry nails both of them. Now here's Quickly. Just under 2.5 minutes gone by now in the final quarter. Mobo can't hit.
You know, even though they're on top in this one, you'd like him to be better out there because he's capable of being better. Sure would make things a lot easier, too.
And they keep on figuring out ways to force the rock inside and convert.
Pretty clear. It's smash mouth basketball. Pound that thing inside.
Now here's Quickly. The putback. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Raptors lead by 4.
And Hurdle has stick-to-itiveness on the offensive glass. He just throws himself in the mix to come up with those boards.
Smith against Quickly. Here's Ball. Count the basket.
I do not know if there's a more confident family in the NBA. Ball wants the ball when it matters most.
Now here's Quickly. Here's Mobo. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
This is when your interior D has to be on high alert.
Now a timeout called by Charlotte.
Remember that every person in your section gets hurt. It's that simple. Let's hear it, man.
Moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, Emmanuel Quickly.
And he really made his presence felt on the inside. Just so active and looking all game long for openings. And he found them by scoring a lot of baskets by slashing to the hoop.
Scotty Barnes checked in for Toronto. Nurkic is checked in for Charlotte. Green comes in for Smith. Now here's Ball. Over Quickly. Charlotte, no good that time either. Here's Barrett. And that one goes. He's now recorded his 5th bucket in 8 tries.
And I love the confidence from Barrett. He enjoys finding room inside and capitalizing.
Green. And it's hammered home by Green.
Back to the basics, unleashing the one-hand flush.
Boy, he makes the basics look pretty outstanding, though, huh?
That's true.
And I'd suggest that he stay with those basics because we've got a tight one here tonight.
Pass to Ball. Fires from deep. He drops it from range. And it's now just a 1-point Toronto lead.
Talk about coming up big. Ball not shying away from these moments.
And Toronto calls time here. They're leading by 1. 1:49 left in the game. Barrett against Green. Left side Barrett. No good there.
You know, using his size advantage there to rip down that board in traffic.
Curry against Quickly. To take the lead. Tries again. And the nice bucket inside from Ball. Ball's got 23 points.
Boy, making it look very easy. Ball has been unguardable tonight.
Pass to Barrett. Here's Pirtle. And that time also a missed shot. And Curry's got the ball here for Charlotte. They lead by 1. Now here's Ball. The kick out. Curry. Three-pointer is rebounded by Barrett. Here's Walter. Offensive rebound. It's not going to go for him. Here's Charlotte. Expect them to take their time this trip down.
Yeah, B.A. The clock is theirs to burn. Great to see guys who don't back down under pressure.
Cool, calm, collected, and confident in the biggest moment of the game.
Yes. And the game isn't over yet, but they have to move quickly.
That's the way to go.
And Toronto calls time here. They trail by 3. 27 seconds left in the 4th quarter here.
Make some noise, Toronto. It's time for your
Some changes for Charlotte. Mark Williams, he's checked in for Nurkic. Miles Bridges comes in for Diabate. And it's Smith in for Curry. And the whistle blows on a backcourt violation. Went over and back. commits the intentional foul.
Scotty Barnes. That's his second personal foul. Second team foul.
There's 25 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one.
It's all about getting a three right here.
No doubt. I mean, the next shot has to be a three.
And Miles Bridges is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul.
And yeah, he still was moving at the point of contact.
Those are always tough to judge, but I think the official got that one right.
.16 seconds left in the game. Here's Walter. He connects! Oh, what a sensational bucket! That brings him within one.
When Colonel sees a guy on this team open, he finds him right away, whipping that pass there directly.
Yeah, just a must-foul situation to stop the clock.
And you know what? Who knows? A few misses at the stripe, and they're right there within range. You know, late-game free throws are a lot different than early-game free throws in terms of making them.
And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to go. And no luck that time either. And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not careful there.
You know, guys, sometimes that just happens, but you don't like to see it when the game is this close.
Here's Bridges. And count it. And so it's the Hornets who come out on top here. And this was an emotional win for them. No doubt about it.
Just a fantastic accomplishment. You love how they just diffuse the energy in this arena.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Clark Kellogg, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson. Thank you for watching. We'll see you later.